9 lanes in use in this final. We start from the outside in lane 9, Bahamas.
En el carril número 9, Bahamas.
In lane number 8, Colombia.
Carril número 8, Colombia.
In lane 7, Trinidad and Tobago.
Carril número 7, Trinidad y Tobago.
Starting out of lane 6, Jamaica.
En el carril número 6, Jamaica.
Beginning in lane number 5, the United States of America.
En el carril número 5, Estados Unidos.
Lane 4, the Dominican Republic.
En el carril número 4, República Dominicana.
In lane 3, Cuba.
Carril número 3, Cuba.
And starting out of lane number 2, Peru. And in lane 1, Venezuela.
Y en el carril número 1, Venezuela.
The men 4x400 meters relay final.
Final, relevo 4x400 metros, hombres.
The athletes go, fall out to the track in men's 4x400 meter relay final. All of the athletes making strong starts around that first leg. Remember the first leg running in lanes, and then the changeover. Our second leg athletes will remain in their lanes for the opening bend of the second leg before breaking on the back stretch of leg number 2. Going very well on Colombia in lane 8.
Ustedes, Perlaza, sexto en la final individual. Estos hombres se mantienen en su carril hasta los primeros 500 metros de carrera. Perlaza de Colombia, ustedes también, Bahamas, Trinidad y Tobago avanza por el carril número 7, son los campeones defensores. Jamaica, Estados Unidos con una gran carrera de ustedes buscando medalla. República Dominicana para el primer cambio, Perlaza, Colombia, Trinidad y Tobago y República Dominicana cambian primeros. Así van las posiciones cuando nos vamos para la segunda ronda de cambio.
45-25 for the first leg in this men's 4x400 meter final. The athletes on the second leg hit the back straight and now break for the rail. It is Colombia, Trinidad and Tobago, also going to go Dominican Republic, Santos, Jamaica in 4, and in contact on the top lane between Trinidad and Tobago and Colombia. Together, but now we have taken a stride as they come in to change onto the third leg athletes.
Orlando de Trinidad y Tobago, vean ustedes, los campeones defensores quieren correrse acá, se van cubriendo Colombia, Solís, qué clase de carrera se está metiendo, Colombia primero, Trinidad segundo, Estados Unidos por la tercera posición, cambian los hermanos Santos, Walter, Alumelín quiere meterse medalla, Cuba, después sigue también Jamaica y Bahamas, ¿no vamos?
So Colombia being pursued by Trinidad and Tobago on this third leg, in third place the United States of America, the Dominican Republic in 4th, Cuba in 5th, Venezuela in 6th. The athletes strung out down the back straight. Jamaica making headway as they try to move up into medal contention. It's a terrific third leg for Jamaica. They're still out in front of Colombia, but Trinidad and Tobago and the United States closing quickly.
A cerrar el campeón panamericano Zambrano por Colombia. Vean ustedes, Serenio, un buen cierre por esta por Trinidad y Tobago. Robinson con tremenda carrera. Cherry por Estados Unidos. Va a ser un final de cierre. Estados Unidos y Colombia los 4x400. Cedinho buscando medalla de oro. Quiere reflejar la corona ganada hace 4 años en Toronto. La medalla Trinidad, Estados Unidos y Colombia.
What a terrific third leg by the United States of America. They made the final change in first place, and they are in first at the moment. Colombia second, Trinidad and Tobago third, and now there's a change on the back straight because it's Trinidad and Tobago who take the lead. US in second, Colombia third. The athletes coming into the 200-meter mark and around the bend for the final time, entering the home straight. USA looking to make a move to regain the lead.
Marcha Cedillo, Will London cerrando por Estados Unidos. Acá tiene la función, quiere llevarse la corona. Vean ustedes a Zambrano de Colombia, campeón de Colombia, Colombia, Zambrano, Colombia, 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 medalla de oro para Colombia, plata para Estados Unidos, bronce para Trinidad and Tobago. Vean ustedes, este hombre se lleva 2 medallas de plata, 2 de oro aquí cerrando Gibson y Venezuela con Bahamas, pero la medalla de oro, qué clase de carrera con récord nacional para Colombia. Vean ustedes, Zambrano consagra una gran carrera, oro individual aquí el pasado 8 de agosto y el día 10 se lleva otra medalla de oro para Colombia en el relevo 4x400.
An absolutely thrilling 4x400-meter relay final has been won by Colombia. A sensational anchor leg by the individual 400-meter champion Zambrano, who took Colombia home in a time of 3 minutes 01.41 seconds. In second place, United States of America, 3 minutes 1 second, 0.72, and Trinidad and Tobago rounding out the podium. An absolutely thrilling climax to the athletics program here. The men's 4x400 meters relay taken by Colombia, their first ever 4x4 gold in Pan Am Games history.
3 minutes, 1.41 seconds. That was Colombia's time in the men's 4x400 meters final at the 2019 Pan American Games. On paper, it looks like a clean relay result. But the number that matters is not the winning time. It is the margin, 0.31 seconds, and the opponent Colombia beat to earn it, the United States. One of the most decorated relay programs in history. How did Colombia do it? Not with the fastest opening leg, not with dominant exchanges. They did it by building a race that ended exactly the way they designed it to end. By the time you finish this breakdown, you will see 4 laps not as a sprint, but as a structured problem. And you will understand the one decision that made Colombia's margin possible. The first thing to understand about relay racing is what the 4x400 meters actually punishes. Not the team with the slowest individual splits. The team that distributes effort incorrectly across 4 legs. Burn the first leg too hard, and the second runner pays the oxygen debt. Overextend the third, and the anchor inherits a race already decided against them. Colombia's opening leg from John Perlaza was disciplined energy management, a controlled 400 meters in approximately 45.8 seconds, keeping contact without leading. His stride rate averaged around 4.7 steps per second through the back straight, never extending beyond what would allow clean deceleration into the exchange zone. That is not timidity. That is load management. The exchange itself introduced the first variable. In the 4x400 meters, the incoming runner's velocity at the moment of baton transfer directly affects the outgoing runner's acceleration window. Colombia's first exchange was executed with a contact gap of approximately 0.4 meters, tight enough to minimize speed loss, wide enough to avoid the collision risk that has cost relay teams medals at major championships. Diego Palomeki received the baton in third position and held that gap through the second leg. Here is what most people miss about the middle legs of a relay. Their primary job is not to gain places, it is to avoid losing them. Palomeki ran the second leg in approximately 44.9 seconds. He stayed within 1 meter of the second-place runner through the final bend, never surging to challenge for the lead, never letting the gap ahead open beyond what one strong leg could close. This is restraint as competitive strategy, and it requires exactly as much discipline as aggression. The third leg is where most relay races are decided, not because of what happens there, but because of what the third leg makes possible or impossible for the anchor. John Solis ran approximately 44.6 seconds on the third leg. As he reached the final exchange zone, Colombia was in second position, roughly 0.6 seconds behind the leader. The baton went to Anthony Zambrano with a clean exchange and a race that was still alive. That is the only outcome the first three legs needed to produce. They produced it. Here is the part that still makes analysts rewatch the footage. Zambrano had won the individual 400 meters at these same games just 48 hours earlier. He had already completed a race at maximum effort at the same venue in the same conditions. The physiological cost of a sub-44-second 400 meters is substantial. Lactate accumulation, neuromuscular fatigue, glycogen depletion. And running another competitive 400 meters 2 days later is a question of recovery state, not willingness. So why didn't the fatigue show? And why couldn't Wilbert London, anchoring for the United States, respond when it mattered? The answer is in the mechanics of the final bend. London entered the curve in the lead and ran it aggressively, reaching a stride length of approximately 2.42 meters through the back straight. Zambrano entered the same bend approximately 0.6 seconds back, but his split through the curve, estimated at 10.4 seconds for that 100-meter section, was 0.3 seconds faster than London's corresponding segment. The speed differential was invisible in real time, but it was measurable, and it was decisive. What Zambrano produced in the final 200 meters was a progressive speed build, maintaining a stride frequency of approximately 4.85 steps per second while extending stride length to around 2.48 meters as he entered the home straight. Most 400-meter runners at this phase are decelerating, stride rate falling, ground contact time increasing, mechanics fragmenting under lactic load. Zambrano was accelerating. That is the physical anomaly this race documents. London's stride length dropped to approximately 2.31 meters in the final 80 meters. His step rate fell below 4.6 per second. These are the numbers of a runner meeting the metabolic wall. Not a failure of preparation, but an honest physiological limit. Zambrano crossed the line first with an anchor split estimated at 43.8 seconds. Colombia finished in 3 minutes, 1.41 seconds. The United States took second in 3 minutes, 1.72 seconds. Trinidad and Tobago, third in 3 minutes, 2.25 seconds. Jamaica, the defending champion, sixth in 3 minutes, 6.83 seconds. The strangest part about this race is not that Colombia won, it is that the race unfolded almost exactly as Colombia needed it to. Not by luck, but because the first 3 legs were structured to create a specific scenario for the fourth. A team can only do that when every runner understands their role as a function of the whole, not as an individual performance. What Lima 2019 teaches applies across relay distances. Elite relay racing is not the sum of 4 individual efforts. It is a problem of sequential energy allocation, getting the right quantity of race to the right runner at the right moment. Colombia did not have 4 of the fastest men in the Americas. They had 4 runners who each executed the correct race for their position, and 1 world-class closer-handed exactly the gap his physiology could close. Less than 2 months after Lima, Colombia ran 2:59.50 in the 4x400 meters World Championship final in Doha, sub 3 minutes, finishing fourth in a race won by the United States in 2 minutes 56.69 seconds. Lima was not an upset. It was confirmation of a system built to produce exactly this result. If you watch relay racing and want to understand what you are seeing, stop watching the leader. Watch the third leg. Watch how much gap they preserve or surrender before the final exchange. That gap is the race. Everything else is execution. Drop a comment with the relay you think produced the most tactically complete performance in the last decade. I want to see what you are watching. If you found this breakdown useful, subscribe. There is a lot more of this kind of analysis on the channel, and the next one is already in production.